Well, I'm on the phone with Coach Mark Shields from the MDI high school football team. And, Coach, the day before the game, I don't know if they're the start of the butterflies, but tell us how the week has gone for the team and what you've been practicing on.
Yep. Yeah, no doubt about it, Chris. There have been some butterflies. It's funny how, I've been doing this a long time, and I've talked to other experienced coaches, and, you still get the butterflies, you still get the sweaty palms, you just, and it's just, you're getting ready for a legitimate game. Those preseason games, you're not as nervous because the outcome doesn't really mean that much as far as the scoreboard itself, and, just looking to get better. But, it's a quick schedule. You play 8 games, and every game really does matter as far as trying to get yourself into the playoffs. And, to start out having to go to Dover Foxcroft, knowing what kind of opponent they are, we know that we're going to have to play our best football to be able to get a win down there. So, yeah, we've had a good week of practice. It's been super hot. I'm sure, everybody across the country is dealing with the same thing. And, of course, we moved our practice now that we're in school, and we've moved it from 4:30 to 7 to 3 to 5:30. So
because you might as well practice in the heat.
Yep. We're down there. We're up on the field at 3 o'clock, and it's high 80s, and
right.
The boys, they're tired, and of course we're done our conditioning, but you're still, especially when you run through your special teams, you got guys running basically 50-yard sprints down the field on the kickoff team, and and when you have low numbers, you have a lot of guys doing multiple things, and so we have a lot of kids, doing special teams, doing offense, doing defense, and by the end of a practice, there's not much left of them. They're pretty tired. And
the Gators running everyone back to the gym, right?
Yeah, so we have been hydrating them, more than we normally do. Heck, I'm over there getting water.
Right.
It's like I'm not doing anything but sitting there sweating, but.
Yelling's hard work.
Yes, it is. Blowing the whistle and yelling. I work up quite a thirst. But, the kids have responded. We were pleased with our preseason effort. And, this week, even back at school, the kids are really focused and, working hard in practice. So we've been pleased with their effort.
One of the things that's difficult is when you travel on an away game is you've got to, obviously everyone's been in school all day, and then you've got to get the kids to eat a good meal because they're not going to eat otherwise till after the game. Yeah,
that's a great point, Chris. We're leaving tomorrow. We get out of school at 2:13. And the bus leaves at 2:45, so there's not really a lot of time for the kids maybe to run down to the store and grab something. And, we talked to the kids, listen, if you had even a good lunch, a good hearty lunch at, midday, by the time kickoff comes around, that's 7 hours later. And if you haven't had anything nutritious in your tank, there's not much left, especially come, late in the game. Now you're talking 9:30 when these games end. So, we talk a lot to the kids about their nutrition, their bodies, and hydration, all that. And one thing we talk about is with these away trips is to make sure that you have a healthy snack, something fairly hearty that you can eat on the bus, maybe say like around, 3 or 4, 4:30-ish. And that way you still have some energy late in the game, because if they don't, and I've coached kids that didn't have anything, since lunch, and next thing you know, they're cramping up or they're out of energy or what have you, and obviously they're not going to be as productive. So, yeah, it's very important that they get something in their stomachs that's healthy and gives them some long-lasting energy through the game.
What would you recommend? If parents are listening to this, what do you recommend they pack for their kids going on these away games?
Yeah, we talk to them. The big thing is we tell them stay away from, obviously, the grease. Anything that's greasy, pizza or anything that has bacon. Of course, we all love bacon. But,
bacon, right.
Yeah, right. But, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, anything like that, peanut butter crackers, anything that's it's a carbohydrate, it doesn't have a lot of grease in it, is important. And then, of course, a lot of the kids like the sports drinks, and water is definitely fine, and, that's good too. But, if they can get drinks that have electrolytes in them, you know, the Gatorades, the Powerades, that would be good too. And, you know, any sort of fruit, you know, we talked to the kids last night about potassium. You know, don't be afraid to wolf down a bunch of bananas, you know, on Friday, because, you know, potassium will help with that, you know,
the cramping
up and what have you. So, yeah, anything fruity or, you know, carbohydrate type food is going to be good for them.
What about post-game? I know in the past Foxcroft Academy has fed everybody, but, I mean, when you're trying to come back, I mean, everybody's got to eat after that game.
Right, and they have fed us. We've been down there twice now in the last 3 years, and they because I don't know if because it's, you know, that's kind of, that school doesn't have, you know, like a fast food place right next to it. I think they're awesome with that, and I haven't talked to Coach White down there. I'm anticipating that, so I'm telling the kids to bring some money just in case. But, boy, you can save yourself a lot of time. I mean, it takes us almost 2 hours to get down there from here. And, you know, normally coming back, you got to spend at least an hour at the, you know, a McDonald's or wherever you decide to go. And with their setup down there, the kids can change up, get right to the food, and we're on the bus, you know, within, you know, from, say the game ends at 9:30, usually by 10:30, we're off and rolling, and we can head straight back to the island. So it's a wonderful setup that they have down there. They're awesome to their opponents. The parents, you know, bring in, they have two setups, one for the, you know, Foxcroft team and one for the opposition, and you know, there's this long hallway between them, and, you know, if you want to talk to the other team, you can, but they do sort of keep you a little separated just in case, you know, there's still some emotions from the game. But, yeah, it's quite a feast, and I definitely take advantage of it.
What? They feed us well in the press box, I just want you to know.
Oh, yeah, I'll talk to Bunky about it.
No, in the Foxcroft Academy press box.
Yeah, but not here.
No. Well, it will be next week, because next week's game will be televised. It'll be early.
Yeah. Right. Once Channel 5 comes down, you know, then everything changes.
There's lots of love, exactly. And then not so much. Keys to the victory tomorrow night.
Yeah, you know, the thing about them is offensively for them, they're explosive. They have a real strong front line, real strong kids up front, and then they put, you know, some really quality backs behind that line, and they have been running a spread type offense the last couple of years, and their quarterback, yes, you know, Smith did get hurt, their starting quarterback, but they have another kid, number 12, I believe he's a junior. He's a good athlete. He runs the ball well, he throws the ball well, and then they have number 31, their halfback, and he's a big, strong kid. He is really hard to bring down. Looking on tape, it takes 2, 3, 4 people to try to get that kid down. So, you know, we really have to tackle well. You know, we have to play assignment defense. If you have the quarterback, you have to take the quarterback. If you have the running back, you got to take the running back, because they run a lot of deception in what they do. And if you miss an assignment, next thing you know, you got one of those kids out in space without anybody there at the line of scrimmage to stop them. And once they get in space, you know, it's hard to bring them down. It's hard to catch them. So defensively, it's all about tackling and, you know, knowing your assignments, and then offensively, you know, we can't be turning the football over. It seems like the last couple of times we've played down to Dover Foxcroft, like last year we fumbled the opening kickoff in the playoff game.
Right.
You just can't beat a team like Dover Foxcroft if you're going to turn the ball over. So, you know, we need to protect the ball on offense, and of course, you know, we need to move the ball and of course up and down the field and try to get in the end zone. But we have to take advantage of opportunities. We have to make plays. If there's an opportunity to make a play, a big catch or an interception or turnover, whatever, what have you, we have to do that if you want to beat a team like this.
All right, what do you want to say to everybody listening around the world?
Yeah, once again, thank you for your support. You know, we went up to Ellsworth last Friday night, and I think our crowd was, you know, similar to the Ellsworth crowd, the home crowd. I was really impressed. By the end of the game, I turned around and, you know, those sidelines were full. So we really appreciate the support. I know it's a long ride down to Dover Foxcroft. If you can get down there, great. If not, we'll be home for the next 2 weekends versus Belfast and Winslow.
All right. Best of luck, Coach.
Thanks, Chris.